that has set up all this. And we have our amazing team of evaluators or judges who will come and you will know them later. So let me give you some basic housekeeping rules. First things first, we have a backstage right here. And at any given point in time, I will be calling 5 of you or 3 of you, depending on whatever order we want to follow, to go and get ready for your pitch. So that basically means you received a certain order of pitching, correct? So I'll be following that exact order and calling 3 of you at any given point in time to have the following done. Number 1, just to get insights of what you feel about this, your excitement, and then head all the way to the backstage. You will be working with a lady called Diana. Diana, kindly come forward. So this amazing lady, Diana, will lead you to the backstage where you will have the quick snippet of your feelings and your excitements captured. And then she will lead you to the backstage where you'll have your microphone hooked to make you comfortable for your pitch. Then you will access the stage through this entry right here. Okay? So this is your position. This is where you should be standing as you pitch. We have 2 screens right here. On my left side is where you will have your deck. This is your comfort screen. The rest of us will use the screens to access, or rather to view your slides. You are able to access your slides from right here. On my right side is your countdown. This is your timer. This will give you an indication of whatever minutes you have left, whatever seconds you have left. And we will try, and I would also request you to stick to the time that you have been allocated. You already know what is allocated for your pitching, what is allocated for your Q&A. So once you're done, you will exit on this side where you will hand over the microphone and the clicker. So we are going to be giving you a clicker to ensure that you are able to project your slides with ease. So for any one of you who has a product that you want to display, you can come with it on stage. If you need to have an arrangement for a chair to position them, let us know. But this space serves as good enough space for you to place on your products. You can also walk and hand over the products to the judges in case you want to have them have a look and feel of whatever you're doing or whatever product you have, right? So any question? I want to believe that by now all of you have shared your slides to the right person and you are all set, right? Okay, so at some point we will have the judges introduce themselves, and I'm kindly requesting them to get ready. Yvonne will coordinate that for us so we have a proper introduction of our judges. So anything that you want clarity on, we are all good. Okay. Sawa sawa. Anything that needs to come out clearly that I haven't mentioned from this side? Right, good. So our culture is that every single time we start the session, we take a group photo because we've been having different groups pitching from Monday. So just after the introduction of the judges, I will request you to come forward for a group photo with this particular cohort. So don't you worry, we have a guy called Joseph who's going to guide us through that. Okay, good. So are we ready to see our judges? All right, are we ready for the judges? Please, you know you have to be nice, eh? So that they also be nice to you. So are we ready for the judges? Okay, so up first, I want to introduce an amazing lady who has been doing great stuff in the innovation ecosystem. Some of you might know her. She has literally been in every accelerator. So if you don't see her in any accelerator or innovation support program, no, they are the problem. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to clap and welcome Yvonne Jerry.
The step there. Thank you, George. Good morning. How are you all? You're fine? How are you feeling at this moment? Shout one word. Let me hear. Anxious? Excited? Everything? Everything? I love it. I love it. Welcome. We are so, so excited to have you. By the mere fact that you're seated there means you have beaten hundreds of other business ideas and other startups. So well done. Give yourselves a clap. Yes. Well done. Well done. All right. So my name is Yvonne Jerry. I am a technical lead for the judges. And what that means is I am going to ensure that we have a good team of judges, which I believe once you hear them introduce themselves, you will see. They have together collectively a wealth of experience as entrepreneurs, as people who've built products from scratch and been able to commercialize and scale them, and people who overall, and this is very important to most of us, to me for sure, people who are passionate about entrepreneurs and people who are passionate about building new things. So I myself started out in marketing. I've been in banking and in technology and most recently digital technology as well, at digital platforms. And then about 10 years ago, I started advising startups and working with startups, which is the accelerator programs that Marcela was referring to. So I have talked to a whole range of people who have done products from agricultural technology ones to fintechs to biotechnology, marketplaces, the wealth of it. And one of the things that I can tell you for sure, I am convinced about, is that we as Africans are the ones who are going to solve our problems. Yes? Do you agree? Mnakubali? So I'm very excited because I believe what you're going to share with us today is going to be part of sharing what problem you have seen, how passionate you have been about that problem, and therefore how you're going to solve it. So I want to wish you all the very best. All right? All the very best. And then now let me introduce our distinguished panel of judges. Can you guys see them? Ama, it's just me. I'm feeling like they're a bit far. Come, come a bit closer. So we're going to start on that end. So I just want to say a little something about each and every one of them, and then they're going to introduce themselves in a bit more detail. So on our far left is Eric Mudhuri. I've been with Eric Mudhuri building from the trenches. What I mean is building products from scratch, going through the pain and the tears of trying to get customers, and then things are failing, and then you pivot, you try and do something new. And his experience is going to be invaluable in trying to see how you guys can be able to commercialize if you have a real product and how to scale. All right. Makeup Tuya is also really special to me. So she herself has built her own business from scratch, and she's very passionate about people. So I'm sure her lens is going to be around that, people and how to just nurture that and make sure that that grows and your startup is successful. And she'll tell you a bit more about that. And then here we have Mr. Gerald. Notice I just said Mr. Gerald. Aki Eric, sikusema Mr. Eric. This is how he inspires us. So Gerald, also I've known him for many, many years, also been in the trenches, trying to drive usage, drive adoption, consumer marketing sort of thing. But what I am especially very proud of you, Gerald, as I announced publicly here, is that he's also built his business from scratch. Okay, and his business is insight driven. So let me now give to Eric, tell them a little bit about yourself, and maybe also it will be helpful to give them a word of encouragement and maybe propose what you'd be looking out for as a judge. Thank you. Please give them a round of applause, even as they talk.
Thank you, Yvonne. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. You're much younger than me. I need to hear your voices. Good morning. Well done, well done. Like Yvonne said, my name is Eric Mudhuri. My experience spans about 24 years across different sectors. I've worked for Safaricom in sales and distribution. I've worked for Orange as well, which is now Telkom Kenya. I've worked for high-tech companies like Intel. Who knows Intel? What's their slogan on their laptop? Intel inside. Right? So I've worked for the Intel, and then I also moved into financial services with working for FinServ and for Equity and MasterCard. I'm really passionate about digital transformation because I think as we transform into the digital world, there's so much more that can be done. It opens doors, it opens economies, and it creates a platform for innovation like what you guys are doing, right? So I'll be really keen on seeing what's your thought process, or in terms of what's your problem statement, thinking through how do you commercialize and scale the solutions that you have. And I would like to say that you have done a great job just getting here, right? Um, be confident, don't fear, own your solution, right? So I'd like to see the passion coming from you, that you own it, you understand it, and you believe in it. And we'll more or less give you the guidance on what we think that could do that can help you improve or even scale it better. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to be here today. As Yvonne said, my name is May, not Mary, and it's M-A-Y, not M-A-E. So my career journey has been of 19 years, and I started in the aviation industry. I worked for Kenya Airways, and I started from when I was very young, and that was like the only organization I worked for, because for a long time my heart was into going into entrepreneurship, and so about 4 years ago I started my own business. It's called Kotea Solutions, and what we do is that we offer workforce planning solutions from the strategy to operational, and the entire process, including HR consulting. So we work with SMEs and MMEs, as well as startups. So what we do is that we support organizations to figure out what it is that they need in terms of people, demystify their business strategy, and therefore be able to foolproof their future in terms of profitability, scalability, and all that. So yeah, I think that's it. It's been an exciting journey. I think the encouragement I have for you today is that you are all leaders. So thank you for taking up the leadership mantle. Thank you for thinking about the future, because your solutions are not just for now, they are for future generations. Thank you for thinking about our future generations and providing solutions for them. So looking forward to hearing from you. This thing, let me tell you, the 7 minutes when it starts, don't worry. All of us, some of us at least, most of us, I think, we have been here where the jitters are there. You're thinking, where did my thoughts go to? But don't worry, just calm down. As Eric said, own your idea. You have the passion in it for it, so let the passion just come out. Okay. All right. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Good morning. Good morning. Is Masabit in the house? We have Masabit. Kitui in the house? Kitui? All right, Kitui is in the house. First of all, congratulations and really big up for showing up. A round of applause. We have the whole country here, different places, different corners. Respect. 20 years ago, I was probably in a place or a situation like yours where I had just left employment and I was in a room with procurement team, with marketing teams, with finance teams, and they were listening to my idea to see, is there value in this idea? So I recognize that this is a good day for you, that you're showing up. The only thing I had then was the confidence to show up. I didn't have the language, the lingo, but I showed up, right? And so I look forward to this time when we'll hear the different presentations. At that time, what I was pitching for was three things. One is, what is the African consumer saying? That's one thing that is important. And I wanted to make sure that in boardroom decisions, in products and services that were being created, that the consumer voice was being heard. That was the first thing I was pitching. The second thing I was pitching was to see how can that information be used to innovate a new product or service. Can we change the products and services that exist, or can we create new ones? So the second thing I was interested in was innovation. The third thing I was pitching for was, with a good insight and with a good product, how can we put it in more hands, more consumers' hands? And so that's the third thing I was doing. I was pitching to them that I can help market their product. I can increase adoption. So as a business, those are the three things I do. And I'm excited to be here. So look forward to seeing you on the grao. Yeah? Vitu kwa grao. All right, see you then.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Eric, May, and Gerald. I think we're now ready to start. If I could just give you 2 tips, just as a way of what you can expect from us as the judges. You have your 7 minutes, as George Masila said, and then we have about 3 minutes to ask you questions. And we'll ask questions about your solution, your product, your problem, the problem that you're trying to solve. Mostly we are actually asking to understand, all right? So we're not throwing any darts, we're just asking to understand. So just know we're coming from that point of view. And then number 2, we may not know all the details of the industry in which you're operating, or the environment you're operating, or where you're coming from, or the culture, all right? So it's up to you to try and share that with us if you feel we're missing a point, all right? But also we are going to, we probably will give you some advice based on what we know, based on our experience in the various industries we've been, having talked to other people in similar situations such as you. So it's up to you to take the feedback. We hope that you will take it positively. We hope that you'll take some of the recommendations we give to you and go and implement, but also feel free to discard it. If you feel this is not good information, that's okay. And if you want to come and ask us later about some of the feedback we've given you, you're also welcome to. All right? But we're here for you. We're very, very, very excited. We cannot overemphasize that. And we want to wish you all the very best. So thank you very much, and looking forward to the day today. Thank you.
Let's clap for our judges as they take their positions.
Let's go this way. May, you can come this way.
Right. Right. So we'll do a very quick exercise just before we get started, just to ease in your tension. We do our group photo in the following phases. So let's have Joseph guide us in the group photo. Sorry, Joseph is not in. So Carl is going to guide us with the group photo. Carl.
Hello. So I'm gonna ask for the first 2 rows to come to the front for the group photo. We're gonna arrange ourselves in terms of height. So shoulder side. Yes. Not inside. Hello. The 2 other rows can join in. Hello, the last row. You and you can go to the other side. Okay, that is good. Thank you.
Could we have the judges kindly come in front? Will you have the Kenya staff? Kindly, could you get the Kenya staff too? Kenya staff. Smile, smile. Wait for the video, a final one.
Thank you so much.
Just,
For the video.
Can we get back?
Right. So the choir, tuanze choir. Startup A. 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 Stand up. Ah, thank you. Let's sit down. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, thank you so much. I hope tension inaenda ikipungua minute by minute. Is the pressure creasing or creasing? It's creasing. Okay. You know, I told you guys, mkae the front chairs. Did you realize the front chairs had the best positions for the photo? So mkiambiwa hizi vitu mnakimbililia, si ndio? Anyway, so I want us to get started. We are very social, we are very interactive. So you are going to be using the hashtag PIA, hashtag Presidential Innovation Challenge and Award, a long one, and a consistent hashtag that is used by the Kenya National Innovation Agency, that is enabling innovation, because that is exactly what we're doing. So now, at this moment, I want to call the following three innovators to go to the backstage and get their microphone set in readiness for the stage. So, Tume Roba, which is not a Swahili word, but an actual name. So please proceed to the backstage, meet Diana. And Ruth Wanchiru and Stanley Mutuku. So kindly proceed to the backstage, have your microphone set as you prepare to come on stage. So I want you to understand one thing. We are all equals. That basically means, as far as this stage is concerned, we are all equals. We can clap and cheer for each of us as we come on stage, but please do not react to any presentation, do not react to anyone's speech. You can only clap for the innovators as they come in. Si tuko pamoja? And the same energy that you use to welcome your colleague is the same energy we'll use to welcome you. So we are taking notes, right? So make sure we motivate each other. This is a big stage, could be a little bit scary, but I know you guys are used to these things, so I don't expect any one of you to fumble. So from the brilliance in your faces, I can tell the confidence. I can tell that you have done this more than once and you've actually been preparing. Sorry? Yes, please. You should have met Diana. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I will go backstage to confirm if our first innovator for the day is ready. I want to also believe that you've all signed your photo consent form, correct? Good. So that basically means we'll be profiling you on the social media platforms. You will find some of the photos we are taking there if you've signed the media consent form. And we ask you to share, we ask you to pick them up and also push to your networks. See, by now you guys know about brand profiling. So help us push your brands by endorsing and reposting and retweeting the posts and the profiles that we are pushing out for you, and also take them up and publish them on your own socials as well. Okay, so in case you want to visit the washrooms are on my left. So as you exit on your left hand side, you will be able to see a corridor. The first door leads to the gents, the second door leads to the ladies. Tusichanganikiwe. So let me confirm if our first innovator is ready. Right, thank you so much. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to call to stage this gentleman all the way from Marsabit County. Is building a product called JangaVoice, which is trying to address issues of climate action and green energy. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's clap and welcome Tume Roba.
Hi, everyone. My name is Somo Guyo. I'm a CEO and the co-founder JangaVoice. JangaVoice is a people-centered multi-hazard early warning system. I want to give you a story of Wato and her village. In Marsabit County, a quiet village called El Gade, Wato went to bed peacefully. An expectant mother went to bed peacefully without knowing a disaster that could have stricken her. She went through the sleep very peacefully, but approaching the dawn, a hazard strike her village, a flash flood from a river Balal in southern Ethiopia. So her village was washed away. The infrastructure all the infrastructure was washed away. And what happened, even the roads were washed. But Wato felt the labor pain because there were any infrastructure. She lost her baby to miscarriage because she couldn't had needs to infrastructure to help her to go to hospital. What if there is an early warning system, early warning information that the village of Elgade got at prior? So the life of Wato's baby will have been saved, and of course any other infrastructures within the village, like livestock, have been saved. Wato's and her village cry represent any other regions in Kenya that have been stricken by floods, by disaster like drought, conflict, and all those. Today I present JangaVoice, a people-centric multi-hazard early warning system. According to UNDRR 2020, multi-hazard early warning system covers only 50% of globally and 40% in Africa. And according to CRED, that is Center for Research for Epidemiology on Disaster, disaster affected, it has claimed 1.2 million in terms of lives, 2 billion in terms of affected US dollar, and 2.93 trillion global loss. According to Office of Higher Commission of Human Rights 2022, 80% of those people affected are marginalized, women and girls, who faces high risk of health and safety challenges. According to 2012 in Kenya, it also has an impact on the economy of Kenya. According to that also, according to post-disaster assessment in 2011, that was what happened. In Kenya's disaster management framework, guided by Constitution of Kenya, has yet to fully implement people-centered early warning system. And this is the problem that JangaVoice will address. Existing early warning system are single hazard. Currently we don't have hazard that addresses wildfire, a multi-hazard, and they are not accessible, timely and not accessible, and also they are not inclusive. So what JangaVoice does, JangaVoice is a simple and user-friendly system that consists of an integrated platform, a mobile app where, grassroots communities uses to report early detection of multi-hazard. Those are the conflict, even gender-based violence. And they also use the system themselves, now the mobile app, to receive early warning information for early action. And other parties, stakeholders like, disaster response team also will receive this information and disseminate. This is an example we did. I did even in here, because JangaVoice is for 47 counties. I did for when I was here. We reported that, and that is the dashboard, and that is the early warning information sent to communities. And our framework is community-centered. We target existing structures within the community, World Climate Change Planning Committee, DRR Committee, and institutions, and real-time data sharing. And of course, our value proposition is timely, accessible, multi-hazard, and inclusive. Our impact is to increase awareness, increase resilience, save lives, and product, and also empowered voice, marginalized voice. It is also aligned to national and international framework, Constitution of Kenya, and these are our project activities. And of course, our milestone, we have developed our product, we have copyrighted, and we are patented, but awaiting certification. 80 users tested in 3 wards. We've achieved that. Second runners-ups, Climate Hack Lab also. And market size is standard, current market size is standard 1.74 billion, which is expected to grow to US dollar 3.35 billion with compound annual growth rate of 7.5. The key drivers is investment by large companies. And our subscription model is subscription-based. We charge 30,000 per organization. And at our first year, we intend to collect that money. And of course, at subsequent second year, we want to do that. And our target for subscription is, government agencies that handle early warning system, and of course, NGOs and private entities. But for communities, we do it, access. And also, we want to leverage on long-term partnership and grant. That is competition analysis. We are multi-hazard, multi-platform, and two-way communication. There's a feedback between community and the disaster response team. These are the partners we are currently actively engaging with. And of course, this is our team. I'm Somo, I'm climate change and DRR expert. We have Asant, an IT and cybersecurity expert, Tume, Roba, who is a food security expert. And our ask is, we ask for Kenya shillings 5 million to fully deploy JangaVoice in Marsabit County. The investment will go into research and development, training of stakeholders, procurement of efficient infrastructure, such as currently we have a very low server that could not get information from many people. So also we want to expand on our infrastructure and also marketing and advertising. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Somo. So to the judges.
Somo, well, thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. I have a question. Getting the data that helps you predict the hazards or the disasters.
Yes.
Where is that? Where are you getting that information from? Which entities have you integrated to, or how do you get that so that you can predict and say this is going to be coming in the next 2 days or 5 days, etc., so that people can now move to areas of safety?
We are targeting two stakeholders. We are targeting the community. Now for the community, we are targeting the community for them to now report the early detection of multi-hazard. Because community do not have, they do not have the capacity to understand this is a disease, this is a certain disease. So what they do, they just report the early signs of hazards to stakeholders. So when community report the early detection of multi-hazard, all those hazards we have written there, what will happen now? There's through the JangaVoice system, the dashboard. Now the disaster response team, that is NDMA, county department, and of course Kenya Red Cross. All this organization will see the information that are sent from the community with the our information, the dashboard. It also has the exact. It comes from county, sub-county, ward, and it also gives the GPS location from the information is being getted. So the disaster response team will use the data for follow-up. One is for follow-up. Second, for resource mobilization. Third, they can use even our data to, for hazard mapping in terms of hotspot areas of conflict, hotspot areas in terms of flash flood, disaster, all this. So a disaster response team uses the early detection of information. We also give other tier of permission to stakeholders. Stakeholders uses our platform. Now this one is an information coming from disaster response team. So disaster response team can send information are tailored, and information can even a basic person, a lame person can understand. So they can use our. I don't know if I've answered information.
Yeah, so the information that you populate is actually, say for example, if there's a disease,
Yes.
the people within the community now put it in the platform and say there's this disease in this particular area.
Yes.
Then now from there, that information is relayed to the different institutions that you're targeting.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Somo, for your presentation. I really like your innovation, JangaVoice. And my question is, so I'm from Baringo. And so when you mentioned disaster response, one of the things that I know from my hometown is that we have cattle rustling issues.
Yes.
And so I was looking in some of the what do you call the disasters that you indicated there.
Yes.
And I didn't see that in there. So I'm curious, is that one of the disasters that you'd be covering as well? And then, so I have two questions. The other one is on your financials, yeah?
Yes.
So maybe we can go to that slide. Your business revenue model, yes. And I'm curious about the subscription-based model. Maybe I missed something, but maybe you can just explain to me who is the one who is paying for this subscription? Which organizations are paying for these subscriptions?
Okay.
Thank you.
First, I want to attend to your first question about the conflict, about the cattle rustling. In fact, this is the same problem even us from Northern Kenya. We are even so Marsabit County. The part conflict, I think I've indicated one of the. Oh, it is not in the presentation. But if you scroll within the mobile app I gave you, we have indicated even the conflict. Yeah.
Thank you.
For subscription based, our target is existing. In fact, for us, what we want to do as JangaVoice, we don't want to come up with a new structure. What we'll do, we want to integrate JangaVoice system within an existing structures of the government, at the community level, at county level, and at national level. At community level, as I've said, we want to work with an existing structures within the community. Like World Climate Change Planning Committee is a Lego entity that is being formed across 47 counties by Marsabit. Like for Marsabit, we have Marsabit County Climate Change Fund Act, which now legalize what Marsabit County Climate Change Committee. So we want to work with existing structures within the community. Even at community level, we want to, at county level, because we have different hazards that are being addressed even at devolved unit, like health, Department of Health, Department of Livestock. We want to work with existing, department within the county. So what we do, even at now national level, we have existing early warning system, like NDMA run drought early warning system in 23 ASAL counties. And we have Kenya Methodological Department. We have the, Kenya conflict early warning system and response. That we have also the Kenya Red Cross. So we want to integrate within the existing system. When we are showing the competitive analysis, it is just showing, we were just showing what government entities lacks. But for disaster is quite complex because disaster is a collective issue. Because as climate change increases, disaster usually becomes severe and more apparent. So we want to work with the existing structures. For example, Like NDMA can use our platform to receive data on drought conflict. You know, they were mandated by government to handle drought. So whenever they subscribe to our platform, JangaVoice, they will receive, you know, the drought data through our platform.
Right. Let's hear from a final judge.
Well, thank you. Just a quick one. I'm still interested to know who is your client? Who are you looking to charge for the service? Is there a cost to the customer or to the user who is putting in their data? Right? So who's your client, number one? Number two is, out of the 80 users you've had, have you received some feedback on how their experiences with the platform? Is there a benefit to them using your platform? What is the benefit to them as a user?
So our client are two-tier. We have the government institutions who, you know, who want to receive. In fact, what I didn't even talked about, and JangaVoice addresses also, and it is in our mobile app, is you know, communities now at the community level can report, you know, detect water sources status, like breakdown of balls during drought. You know, it has a tier of Nini. So what will happen for community level? What we are doing, we were supported by UNFPA to test in those 3 wards, the Marsabit County as I've indicated, and currently, even the data Department of Water at Marsabit County are receiving on, you know, boreholes breakdowns. In so many years, boreholes can stay in a village, a remote village like Ilret, Marsabit, you know, where a borehole can stay even a week or 2 without being attended to, and this has a repercussion to you know, on the sanitation, on you know, on the community. Currently, we have addressed that. Communities are reporting a borehole breakdown within 1 day. They can report, and even borehole response team from Department of Water can attend to it.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and our client are county department, NDMA.
Has anyone paid you any money from the government?
No. Currently, even
look somewhere else as well.
The startup is.
So Red Cross, the guys you're talking about.
In fact, we didn't reach out to Red Cross currently. It is a
good idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kiongozi Somoguyo. Please, when you go home, say hi to Tumeroba.
Okay, thank you.
You can exit from this side.
Oh,
thank you. Right. Next on stage, I want to welcome Ms. Ruth Wanjiru, who will talk to us and pitch her innovation, Wiger Tech Limited, which is addressing issues of food security and agriculture. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's clap and welcome Madam Ruth.
Good morning, judges and fellow innovators. My name is Ruth Kitao from Wiger Tech Limited. We empower farmers through soil science. I want to go straight to my presentation. In our introduction, I want to tell you what we do. We are an agri-tech startup transformation agriculture in Bura irrigation scheme and Galana Kulalu through sustainable and precision farming tailored specifically in their farms. We utilize smart devices to collect real-time data on soil conditions, enabling farmers to use the right fertilizers, compost, and manure. We provide expert agronomic advice on best practices for soil management and crop health, ensuring farmers optimize yield sustainability by incorporating organic farming. This is our problem statement. Many Kenyan farmers are struggling with deteriorating soil quality, leading to reduced crop productivities or failed crops. Small scale and marginal farmers lack access to expert advice on crop management and soil health, lack of digital agricultural extension services that offer farm insight and real-time data enabling farmers to monitor, manage, and make informed decisions, lack of information on fertilizers application, and the varying water moisture levels needed for different crops in an irrigation setup system. On problem statements, those are the four points that I've raised over there to show the problems that we are going through in Tana River. And we want, that's why we have come here to pitch, so that we can have through your assistance, we are going to be able to solve those problems. What we are doing, we are helping in soil testing, and so that we can be able to help farmers to know the type of soil, the type of plants that they are going to. This one I'm summarizing what I've just presented. The type of crops that they are going to plant, and also the type of fertilizers that they are going to use in their crops. In Tana River County, before I go to the solution, the farmers there, they grow rice and maize. Let me come to the solution. I'm sorry, I cannot read very far, but I'm struggling to do it, and I'll be able to. With our portable soil testing device, we provide comprehensive agricultural testing and advisory services focusing on soil health and agronomy. We are creating a digital dashboard offering farm insight and data to help monitor and manage soil health over time, enabling farmers to take a real-time action. We offer holistic services, including testing, advisory, and continuous training on conservation agriculture, empowering farmers with the knowledge and resources they need to succeed long term. We offer training on conservation agriculture and ways to improve soil health through biofertilizers. We help them get information that is biological structures, chemical structures, and physical structures. That is our lab setup, which is located, we are located in Bura town. Those are the apparatus that we use during the soil testing. That is the revenue of what we've done. The pre-test charges for soil and lab analysis in 2024 was 645,000. Consultation fee for personalized agronomy advice was 215 shillings. Training fees for workshop and sustainable farming was 39,000. Total revenue was 899 shillings. The grants that we got was 1.3 million shillings from African Development. That is our team. I'm the Chief Operation Officer. That is our able team who we are working with to make sure that our farmers will get the best product, or rather their yields will be good. And even in Tana River County, my passion is, even before I ask what I want you to give me, that they are going to have good yields, especially during the floods and even during the time there is the drought, because I'm dealing with small-scale farmers. I want them to know and understand what they really need for them to get the good yields, the good maize and the rice, and even something else that maybe with time we're also going to discover something else that can also do well in that area. Let me ask what let me ask what I want you to give me so that I can do it. I can do my soil testing very well. I can teach the farmers there. I'm requesting to give me $20,000 for 10% equity to facilitate on expansion of our soil testing equipment and user platform to integrate more farmers in our platform and actualize our soil testing digital track, which we want to have a soil testing digital track. There is a QR code. The QR code is a fundraising that we are doing for a digital track, which is going to be moving from county to county to help farmers and to teach them on soil testing in our lab. That is what we are having a fundraising which is going on. We are seeking for funds so that we can have that the digital track. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ruth. So let's hear from our judges.
All right, Ruth, thank you so much for your presentation. Just a quick question so I may understand. Is the solution you're offering the soil testing kit, or is the kit itself part of the solution?
The kit itself is part of the solution.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do you get the kits from?
We acquired them we bought them from outside the country.
Okay.
And we also we are also engaging with other people so that we can learn more. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So what is how does Wiger Tech make this solution unique? Can I, for example, as Yvonne, just go buy a soil testing kit and I come to Bura and I implement?
You know why,
what's the uniqueness there? Yes.
You know why it is? We have onboarded farmers.
Okay.
It's not that you come even with their own problems.
Yes.
So that when you come with your problem, we want to find a solution based on the problem that you have. You know, when we engage different farmers, they say this is what I experience when I'm planting this or whatever, or this is what the area has.
Yes.
We tried with our own unique way, with our apparatus, try to come up with a solution. And not that we try, we have to find the solution through our testing and through the people that we are in the lab.
Okay.
The expertise in the lab.
So your solution, your business is actually based on the solution you give to the farmers based on the oil testing, the soil testing.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, so that they can be able to know the right crops to plant, the right fertilizers to use.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much for your presentation. In regards to the product, you did mention the use of IoT devices.
Yeah.
It would be nice to understand the flow of how it works in terms of the journey. So from the point where you have the IoT device between the soil or in the farm, how does that get transmitted to your platform, and then what that output is? If you could just take me through that journey.
What we do, we get the soil from the farmers, then we take them to our lab, then they do the testing by our expertise through the soil testing. We also onboard the same farmers in the training, and we also tell them the kind of what we've got from the lab. And then we do them through an online platform and also offline platform. The way I'm telling you, through maybe conferences and exhibitions. That's what we do.
Okay, and your target customer is the small farmer.
Yes, for now it's the small scale farmers.
Okay.
Because we are targeting that during the, especially that's my passion and that's why I'm here. Because let me say it emotionally, because I'm a woman, and I know there's a time during the drought or the flood. Sometimes we all know that the government goes to Tana River to give food aid for food, but now I don't want it to happen. I want us to be having food that we are going to be having during those difficult moments. That's my target. And that's why I'm saying it. I'm saying it emotionally as a woman, because I don't want our children to die, and especially as women, we are the ones who have challenges with our children. I'm sorry to say so. I'm not saying that men are not, but the pain comes by the women and the children. It's true. That's why I'm here, and I'm asking that I'm going to be among the best, that I can bring solution in that area, and maybe one day through my company we are going to be recognized even for a Nobel Prize.
Okay.
Yes.
Then just a follow-up on that. So it's good that you're focusing on that and the passion you have for the women who are doing the farming. Affordability for them, I think, would be key. What's the price range for your solution that you'd be charging?
2,000 shillings for the self-testing and all the solution.
2,000 for every purchase.
Yes.
Okay.
If I may do a rejoinder to that, what is the willingness for that small scale farmer to part with 2,000 shillings to pay for that? Are they ready? Are they ready to do that? I find that very high. So that's the first question. But number two is, who are your competitors? Is this a market that is already full, or is there a big gap in terms of soil testing in your competitive set?
I'll answer your first question. They are ready to part with the 2,000 because it is a long-term solution, and maybe with our what we are doing, it's not a must. They pay it at once. You can give maybe 1,000, then then you pay later in batches. Yes, we do have competitors. We have a Soil Clinic Kenya. That is one of our competitors, and it really doesn't matter, because I'm telling you that we are here to give a unique solution. And I'm telling you, my target is one day I'll be renowned together with my team again to get that prize. I'm really targeting with a solution in that area in Tana River, that even the president of this country and even outside, as I'm saying, I'm going to get that Nobel Prize as the best person who gave a soil solution in this country. Thank you so much.
Right. You have a question?
I just have a comment for Ruth. Thank you, Ruth, for your presentation. I think we have a lot of questions, but because you don't have time, I just wanted to let you know that that passion that you're talking with right now, I wish you would embody it from the beginning, that we didn't need, like as you present, you don't need to read, just tell us about your solution from your experience, because I can see that you have the experience. You didn't need to struggle to read. So just a comment, and also thank you for what you're doing. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. So you'll exit from this side, hand over the click over there. Okay, thank you. So before I call the next person on stage, I want to invite Chikwehu Supplies, represented by Rebecca Killian, all the way from Kwale, and Samuel Thuo Mungai from Taita Taveta, and also Mumbe Mwangangi from Kitui County, to go backstage in that order and prepare to come on stage. So please, let's proceed to the backstage. Link up with Diana over there. All right. So I've also realized kumbe nyinyi majaji sio watu wabaya, nyinyi watu tu wazuri, si ndio? Si ndio? So in the same spirit, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome someone who came all the way from Kilifi County, and they're addressing issues around food security and agriculture again. So this is a very pertinent matter. So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to clap and welcome on stage Stanley Mutuku Thomas, who will talk to us about Shed Organics. So let's clap for Mr. Stanley.
With all protocols observed, judges, the team from Kenya, and fellow innovators, good morning. My name is Stanley Mutuku, as you've been informed, from Shed Organics. Today I'm kind of emotional because about 10 years ago, around this month, I made a decision which sort of I still regret, but it all turned out well. I left campus as a first year to join my friends who are also graduating, unfortunately, and we started a company. It was called Sanet East Africa at that time. I was doing computer science, so there was a gap we had identified in the market for the bulk SMS system. So we came to Nairobi, we started the company. We did so well. Unfortunately, we flew too close to the sun, and we didn't finish well. But I don't know whether at that time we had this kind of an innovative idea, the challenge and the award, because I believe it would have really been helpful for us if we had gotten that opportunity. But I'm so glad, again, now this time round, 10 years later, I get an opportunity to be able to present our idea. So for us as a company, Shed Organics, about 5 years ago, we started. We were doing at that time distilled water. We had also again identified that there was a need for distilled water in the market. We are really a young team which is passionate about science advancement, technology, as well as the advancement of the quality of human life. So at that time, we identified that there was a need in the distilled water market for us to be able to come up with a component, an agent which can be used in science, that is in laboratories, in the industries, as well as in the medical space. So we started the distilled water project. It did so well. Then with time again, 2 years back, we started the aloe vera program, whereby we were making the aloe vera. I have some samples with me here. So we were working on extraction for the aloe vera gel and juice. The gel is mostly used in the cosmetics industry. So the judges, you'll allow me to just show you what we have before I get to my presentation. So directly from the aloe vera, we've contracted some farmers in Makueni as well as in Kilifi and Kwale counties who have been planting the aloe vera for us. So this is the kind of leaf we usually get from the farm. After this leaf, we're able to do the processes which we usually do for the extraction, whereby we can be able to extract the juice for the SM. So these are some of the juices we do have. We've been selling the juice to other pharmaceutical companies as well as other formulators who can be able to add it as an ingredient into their products. Then we've also been doing the gel. Now this is the decant juice, which is now used for the cosmetics industry. It is used in for skin care as well as hair care. Now from this process, allow me to just give you this kindly. Welcome. So unfortunately, from that process, we usually we can use maybe 1,000 kgs of that leaf, but from that 1,000, we're only able to get around 300 liters of the juice. So you look at that, there is a lot of waste, around 700 kgs. So we are looking at around 70% in waste. So from that aspect, which is the kind of waste maybe I'll show you is this one. I will not remove it, all of it. So this is the waste we usually end up having from that process. And we realized that it was a cost for us because we had to pay someone to take this waste and go use it in another, to use it or to dispose it. So we decided, why not do the aloe vera fertilizer? So that's why we were able to come up with the fertilizer, the biofertilizer, which is this one. Yeah, thank you. think my time is running, but it's okay. Yeah, so we've been able to introduce the aloe vera biofertilizer. One thing with today, before I could make this presentation, is that I did read an article in the morning from the Daily Nation, and it was kind of very eye-opening. I saw the notification, and the topic on the article for today's Daily Nation is talking about only 20% of Kenya's soil is suitable for food production. And it was kind of surprising and also eye-opening. So there is a research which has been done by Soil Atlas, that is Heinrich Boyle Foundation, which has realized that we are having a lot of challenge in terms of our soil and agricultural production. So at Shed Organics, we've been able to come up with a fertilizer which is made from the byproduct and the waste we get from the aloe vera, which we now are able to do some production with it and be able to come up with the biofertilizer which I've just shown you. We are really passionate in terms of being able to address this solution, more so the circular economy. For these fertilizers, we've been giving back to our farmers who are selling to us the aloe vera leaves, and they are able to increase their productivity. When you look at this article, you realize that they are talking about this also even affecting the produce and the food industry in the country. So we did realize that aloe vera has got some very important proteins. It has got the protein rectin, it has got amino acids, it has got calcium, it has got potassium, which are really good in terms of just being able to support food growth. So that's why we were able to come up with this issue. The problem statement for us was soil degradation, the high cost for the synthetic fertilizers in the market, also the waste management, and just being able to mitigate the issue of food security in the country. So the prospects for us is converting the aloe vera waste to biofertilizer, reducing the natural, reducing the soil by just being able to restore soil naturally and not using the synthetic fertilizers. So these are the solutions we're able to offer from that proposition. And the entire process and the entire chain, we're able to do it in-house, whereby it is also creating opportunities for other people to be able to get job opportunities and to sustain themselves. So we do have our target market, which are the small shareholder farmers, the agribusiness, as well as the agricultural cooperatives, and as well as improving the crop yield. So that is our revenue model. We are looking at being able to sell these fertilizer, not just in Kenya, but also outside the country, and bring in imports and exports from outside. So for us, we are requesting around Kenya shilling 3 million. We hope we can get more time to be able to discuss our idea. This amount is going to be able to assist us to come up with more equipments for us, because we are at the moment doing a very small scale structure. So we need the equipment to be able to just have the opportunity to buy the equipment. We need the pulverizer, which can be able to crush these leaves. That is the dried leaves. We need the fermentation tank. We need the mixer. We also need the dryer, as well as we're also looking at ways in which we can be able to convert this fertilizer to liquid form, so that we can be able to dilute it and be able to just serve more people with it, and also reduce the cost of production. Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah, you know, you spent some time showing us the receipts, but I know the judges have questions.
Yes, please.
To help unpack all this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you for sharing this, and quite impressive. Good job.
Thank you.
Just a quick one, maybe two quick questions.
Yes.
Does a smallholder farmer really care for that biofertilizer? You're in a space where there's a lot of competition in the fertilizer space. What will distinguish you from the other fertilizers that are out there, especially for this smallholder farmer? Does he really care for a biofertilizer?
Yes, I do believe they do care. That is from a lot of the training we've been having and the interactions we've been having. Our fertilizer is cheaper than what is in the market. So they definitely would care. But also, again, I wouldn't say that our biggest target is the small farmer. For example, the farmers we are dealing with who are planting the aloe vera for us, they are big farmers who've got large tracts of land. So at least those farmers also do understand the need for a biofertilizer.
Thank you, Stanley.
Thank you.
Thank you also for sharing your products.
Yeah.
Just to follow up on.
Sorry, let me just say this.
Yeah.
I watched the judge as she put the aloe vera cream on her hand.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see what the reaction is. To see whether there's a burn, what's the risk factor.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not a question, but.
That was very risky.
It's a good
but
yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, I put my trust in you.
Yeah, we've done a lot of tests with Kebs and Kiridi.
Thank
so
you,
it's certified.
thank you. So, I think your key product is the biofertilizer, right?
Yes, for this innovation.
Innovation.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how much is this?
For now, we haven't done the costing yet, but this would be very cheap. It wouldn't get 200 Kenya shillings.
And you following up on what Gerald asked.
Yes.
Is you mentioned that the smallholder farmer is not your primary customer, right?
No, yeah.
So you mentioned the farmers of aloe vera themselves.
Yes, please.
So if the aloe vera is, from your presentation, you said that the aloe vera actually has impact as it's planted on the soil where it's planted. So why would they need this?
This is because one thing we've done value adding to just ensure that it's better, and they've already sold it to us. So definitely they don't have the technology for them to be able to convert it to another biofertilizer and use it again in the farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very well done. I'm quite impressed.
Yeah.
This is quite innovative.
Thank you.
Just a question in regards to how you plan to scale.
Yes.
What are you looking at doing? Are you looking at direct selling or creating a distribution network?
We have always used both networks. Even for the gel, we are looking at using the same distribution network even for the gel and the extract which we do have, whereby we can do direct selling to the clients who know us directly, but also be able to sell through other business chains. Yeah.
Okay. Then just from your comment around 20% of the soil being good for food production.
Yes.
In your view, what would be the transformation that this biofertilizer would do to make the soil good for food production? What do you think the impact would be from a sustainability perspective?
Using a natural fertilizer, the biofertilizer, I would say it has got the nutrients which I've just mentioned, which we get from the aloe vera. They would be able to boost the soil in terms of just using minimal fertilizer, because at the moment, yes, I wouldn't want to beat what is in the market, but some researchers say that whatever we are using at the moment, it's not so effective. Yes, sometimes it does boost the fertility of the soil, but for us, what we are looking at, our fertilizer is going to be able to directly improve the plant health by giving the plant the necessary nutrients which are needed, rather than using a lot of fertilizer which doesn't translate to direct proteins for the plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think probably a suggestion.
Yes.
If you could have like a competitive sheet.
Yes.
Cheat sheet.
So to speak.
Whereby you show the value that you bring. So you show your competition. Competition has these nutrients.
Yes.
And biofertilizer from aloe vera has these nutrients.
Yeah.
And the impact it now gives overall in terms of this. If your soil type is this, it can be able to improve it to be able to grow food and stuff like that. So I think you can have that one pager that would really, in one view, be able to help you sell your product in a much stronger way.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely we'll work on it. Thank you.
Something else to add?
Yes.
You mentioned 40% of of our soil is viable. Is that what you said? Something like
that is
that.
according to the research on the Daily Nation,
Yes,
which I
yes.
believe anybody can be able to get. They are talking about 20% actually.
20%.
Is the only
So
amount which is good.
my question, or what I would advise you to show is with your solution, what would you move that to? Like we're at 20%, so what is your projection for viability of our soils with your solution from 20% to what, in what period of time?
Sure.
That would also be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll incorporate that in the next presentation.
Thank you so much, Stanley.
Thank you so much.
I have your receipts here, so you can find a way. So, so we have a white person amongst us, and I want to welcome her. She's called Sonia Claire. As you can tell from her name, yeye ni mzungu. So she's going to help us in the next session. So please, let's clap for Sonia Claire. Hey, can you clap for her properly?
Guys.
Okay, can you also clap for me as I exit the stage?
All right. Good morning, everyone. Guys, Mjibu. Good morning. Good morning again. Disclaimer, I am very interactive, so I'll literally walk down and hand you over the mic if I need an answer. But yes, my name is Sonia Claire Awino, not Mzungu, but almost. I work at the Kenya National Innovation Agency. I'm an innovation officer in charge of funding and investments. So at one point within your innovating journey, you would cross my desk if you're looking for funding from, either a bank, a VC, venture capital, private equity, or even grants. But yeah, it's such a pleasure to be here and looking forward to interacting with you. So I'll just do a quick check if our next innovator is ready. Rebecca? Yes, please come on stage.
Good morning. Hamjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Rebecca Munga. I'm from Kwale County, where we have Diani Beach, voted best beach in Africa, 6 years in a row. You're all welcome. But for today, I am from Chikwehu Supplies, which is trading as Ageless Organics. We are, sorry, my eyes are not very good. We are a social enterprise. Thank you. Which aims at alleviating poverty, empowering women. So you're going to hear a lot of women empowerment from me. We promote sustainability, and then we try to harness the ocean and create innovative products from what we have, wellness products. Our major item here is sea moss, which is a type of a seaweed which has medicinal values. So these are the benefits of sea moss. It boosts your immunity, and this is, we have it in two different ways. You can ingest sea moss. I'll show you, this is the sea moss in its original form from the sea. This is dried. It's picked from the sea. So this is how it looks like. So for you to ingest, what you do, you just clean it, soak it overnight, and then blend it in the morning. I won't lie, it has a fishy smell. So what you do, you add a bit of lime or ginger, and then you can ingest. It enhances your circulation, which takes care of so many issues like high blood pressure and that. It fixes your gut. It enhances digestion. I don't talk about weight loss, but somehow if your digestion is fixed, then the weight loss comes, yeah? And then we also use the same product, the same weed, to come up with innovative products like lotions. And we have lotions, we have shower gel, and then we have shampoo. So this is our team. As you can see, 90% of it is women. The problem, we're looking at gender inequality, generally at the coast. There are also limited opportunities for women. And then of late, we can see people are so healthy conscious of what they're putting in their bodies. So we saw a gap where if people are conscious of what they eat, so what options do they have? So we saw that gap, and that's why we came up with this. And then there's lack of access markets, not actually globally, even when you look at nationally. The woman in Shimoni in Kwale with her seaweed, how does she get this seaweed to Nairobi or to the world? Our solution, we're looking at investing in women who are doing CMOS farming in Kwale. We ensure ethical sourcing, meaning we make sure we pay them their dues, not take advantage of them. We're looking at environmental sustainability. And then we are also looking at developing products. So looking forward, we are hoping to come up with biodegradable plastic so that instead of using this as our packaging, we use, that is a very ambitious project. We hope to complete that. That's for future innovation. And then we're trying to, to align with the, we have the global plastic issues. Yeah, so we're trying to, how can we reduce that? And then we're also looking at, instead of using machines that are power-based, in order to reduce the carbon emissions, we're looking at going green. So impact metrics, we're looking at empowered women. Yeah, in our sourcing, maybe I should explain, we don't just go and buy. We have conversations about our children, about reproductive health. It's a relationship. It's not just buying and selling of goods. And then we're also looking at sustainable practices and health outcomes. People getting healthy products. Funding request, I've not put in the figure, but we're looking at around 5 million. Our biggest issue right now is to get a solar-based grinder for the CMOS, so we can do the powder without using the three-phase electricity. We're looking at KEBS certification, and also we'll use part of the funding to do trainings with the local women. So that is our vision for the future. I've talked about the KEBS certification and women empowerment. So you're welcome to join us in this innovation, which at the end of the day, we give back to the community, because if we do not own the farms. Maybe I didn't mention that we also source cashew nuts. Yeah, so the women pick the cashew nuts, we give them the grades that we want, explain to them this is what we want, and then we buy from them. So at the end of the day, they have economic empowerment. The children go back to, their children go to school, and they help put food on the tables. So we are also helping the men. So that is our website, Ageless Organics. You can have a look. And then for the judges, I'll pass some of the products so that you can have a look. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rebecca. We'll open up the floor for Q&As from the judges. How about you?
All right. Allow me to go in, and thank you for sharing this. This is very interesting. I do buy the problem you're solving with the community and involving the women, and so I see that opportunity. Would you have something that shows your sales over whatever period, just to see, is there uptake for a more specific product? Is there a need for it, in the marketplace? And how do you go about playing in a market that is very, let me say, saturated? There's a lotion and a shower gel everywhere I turn.
Okay. Just repeat the first part of the question again.
Let me see if I can remember.
Have a slide.
Yeah, in terms of sales,
Okay.
because you've been selling, so how does that look like?
Okay, I'll give you an average figure, an average monthly figure. We sell about, we process about 500 kilos of seaweed. So that includes the seaweed itself, the CMOS itself, selling it in raw form, and then the one that we sell in powder form, and then the one that we use for production of the byproducts. And then in terms of market, yes, the market is there. We do a lot of social media advertising. Yes, we are in Kwale, but we have a pickup point in Nairobi. So in this, what we do is, as much as we do the campaigns online, so if I get a customer, I'll send them to the pickup point, and then they pay on pickup. So when you look at the global numbers, the demand is still very high. There's still enough market for other products. But we normally, when, if you look at the numbers of people who are healthy conscious right now, they're very high. There are so many of us here who don't take sugar, we don't take processed carbohydrates. We all conscious of what we're putting in our bodies. So that market is there.
So allow me. You think there's a consumer market for it?
Yes.
Is there an industrial market for it? You mentioned something about powder. So out of what you have, what proportion goes to industrial use and what portion goes to commercial use in making the shower gels and stuff?
80% is sold as the whole, raw and powder. 20% goes to production. But looking at it also, there are other opportunities out there. There are companies, beauty companies that use the extract. That's what we are hoping. If we get the funding, we're going to tap on that. Like supply them, probably supply them with the extract, hopefully supply them with the powder, or there's even CMOS oil. There's even CMOS fertilizer. So there's a lot of things we can do with the CMOS.
Thank you, Rebecca, for your presentation. You had me at Ageless. So I think many of the women, if not the men, will appreciate your solution.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, how long have you been in business?
I would say I'm a trained hotelier, actually, 15 years of experience in the hotel industry. So I quit formal employment in February 2024. So we are almost 1 year old. Ageless is almost 1 year old.
Okay.
Yeah. So before, when we were doing the application, I was trading as Chikwehu Supplies, which was registered way back, but now it was not in use. So right now I have a registered business under Ageless Organics. So that's the brand that we are pushing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. One question. You mentioned you process 500 kilos of CMOS, raw CMOS every month.
Yes.
What's the scaling capacity? I mean, how much more can you get, and what would it take? Is it seasonal or is it always available throughout?
The CMOS is always available. We have, yes, as much as our 90% of our suppliers are women, but we have other suppliers we can get tons and tons of CMOS. So it's readily available. You can get as much as 10, 20 tons in a month.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. That was lovely. All right, yeah, I'll also share sentiments with me. She had me at Ageless because, I mean, why not? All right, so next innovator on stage, we have all the way from Kitui, innovating in the digital transformation space. Give it up for Mumbe Mwangangi. Mumbe, are you ready? Just a second. Round of applause, please.
Kwa salama. These are just some few samples I want to give the judges. Ndio nikiwaelezea mnaweza pata a very good idea of what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Ndio. So what you're holding are carpets made from banana fiber. My name is Andrew, and I'll be representing Zada Solutions. Excuse. Dakika moja. Zada Solutions. Okay, so as I was saying, my name is Andrew, representing Zada Solution. So I'll start first by explaining what Zada is. Zada is a circular banana value addition farm. We are located in Taita Taveta County. The main problem we try to solve is waste emanating from banana farming. I believe we all understand that the banana is a berry and it's only harvested once in its lifetime. So after the harvest, you will realize that most of the stem goes to waste. And for every ton of banana, you have about 4 tons of waste in form of the banana stem and other things. So at Zada, we try to tackle this problem by number one, we manufacture fiber from the banana stems. Basically, we purchase the banana stems from the farmers after they harvest their bananas, and we use the banana stems to manufacture fiber. Since we are a circular company, in the process of manufacturing the banana stems, we have a lot of waste in form of pulp and sap. We feed that pulp and sap to the biogas system, which generates gas, and we use the gas to run our dryer, which dries the bananas, and we eventually mill to make banana flour. So that is an overview of our process. Now let's get into detail about our products and so on. Like I've shown you, we manufacture fiber from the banana stems. Primarily we sell the fiber, but we also have a weaving workshop with about 10 weavers, and they are the ones who made the samples we've given you. The carpets, we've also made things like banana paper, but we don't do that on a commercial scale. We've done it just to demonstrate capability. We also make bioslurry, which is organic certified for export use, certified by EcoCert. The bioslurry is made from the pulp that we get from the banana stem processing. On top of that, we also make banana flour. We purchase the stem as well as the bananas, and then we dry the bananas to make banana flour. We fine-tune our products, primarily the fiber, by weaving them into the products I've just given you. Those are carpets. We also make baskets. Unfortunately, I could not bring them with me, but we make baskets, table mats, just to mention but a few. Our impact. So we have managed to reduce waste, especially in our area. You will realize that for most farmers in their farm, once they harvest the banana, they let the banana stem, they leave it hanging, and we use it. When they leave it hanging, basically it acts as a harbor for pests and diseases. But once we started purchasing, you'll realize that currently they have very clean farms. We have reduced the diseases, and also for some farmers who are willing, we don't purchase the stems, we exchange the banana stems for the fertilizer, which means we are pushing them towards the organic side. Yeah. So we also reduce methane because once they leave the stems in the farm, they sometimes leave them standing or chop them down into pieces, and they release greenhouse gases. But once we purchase the stems and we feed them to our biogas system, we can use that greenhouse gas to our advantage, which primarily is running our dryer to dry the bananas. Our business model. So primarily, our main sales is the carpets we've just shown you, but we also do sell the baskets, and they are doing very well. We do sell the fiber to companies that are seeking alternatives to sisal, because we realize that for most people who do weaving with sisal, it's a bit rough and affects their hands, but they prefer using the banana fiber because it's softer and it's slightly cheaper. On top of that, we also make lampshades from the fiber, and we've also developed a prototype of the sisal bag that they use to package things like coffee. We've made a prototype from banana. Funding and investment. Primarily, we work with a local farmers group known as Tataba, Taita Taveta Banana Farmers Cooperative, and they connect us with farmers who supply us with stem and the bananas as well. We also work with non-governmental organizations such as MEST. They have been key in supporting us in terms of setting up our production facility and things like the tissue culture shed for planting more bananas in the farm. As I mentioned earlier, our bioslurry is certified by EcoCert, which means it can be used on products that are meant for export. Now let's go to the revenue side. In terms of the revenue projections, we are a self-funded company, started in 2023. It was a bit tough during the startup, but at least for the year 2025, we've been able to create our own niche in the market, and we can proudly say we are breaking even. In terms of our plans for future expansion, we are trying to acquire mobile decodificators because we work in a primarily remote area, which is Taita Taveta, and most cars cannot access the farms to carry the banana stems. But with the mobile decodificator, we'll just be going with it to the farm, and we'll get more youths who will process, and then we will be purchasing the fiber from them to increase our capacity, since at the moment, our market is really growing. So those are the key members of our team. As you can see, we have our managing director, Samuel, Pauline, in charge of youth and gender, me, in charge of operations. We have Esther, she's in charge of the banana flour, and Christine is in charge of the weaving team. That's a layout of our facility in Taveta and our contacts. I believe I am now open to your questions, dear judges.
Thank you, Andrew, for your presentation. And I just have one question. Okay, two questions. Who is your primary client? And you said maybe you can clarify. I just had to say, Taita Taveta is where you harvest from, or?
That's where our processing facility is.
So your market is in Nairobi?
Let's say countrywide, and also we export. Primarily in terms of market, most of our carpets, they are purchased by not a specific person, but generally, mostly game reserves, hotels, that are trying to create the rustic look, natural look. So those are our main clients, but also we have very many researchers even abroad who want to do tests with the fiber, maybe tensile strength and all. So they also purchase a lot. We work with various weaving groups like Divinya, who helps us weave baskets with a team from Ukambani, and also we have a team in Kasigao who also helps us with baskets. We also make bags, but that's on order. We have one person for that.
Okay, thank you. And just to congratulate you on breaking even in, I think, was it 1 year?
Almost 2.
Yes. And the idea on banana paper, I would be very interested in that coming to being? Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for that. In terms of scale, I see the metric tons you're doing is about, about 467 last year. For you to get to 3,000, how many plants or will you need to get to that point?
For us to get to 3,000 tons.
Yeah, will the current infrastructure you have support that, or will you need increase in that capacity?
In terms of infrastructure, I'd like to say we have enough machines to support that, but we'll have to expand our labor force. We did have a big labor force when we had a big order, but we scaled it down. But I believe we have the capacity to achieve that with increased labor force. And also another key challenge we are facing is accessibility, because most farms and the stems are very heavy to transport. So if we have like a mobile decorticator, you just process in the farm, you go with your waste, and the fiber will be a lot better.
Then in terms of commercial or industrial potential, what do you see that from a local and international perspective?
From an international perspective, I'd like to say there's a lot of demand, including for the banana flour. The main challenge would be, for an international perspective, there's a lot of red tape around food and exports. But for the fiber, we are getting a lot of inquiries and visitors, as well as people who want to experiment with our fiber. Like I mentioned, we've just developed a bag for sisal, for coffee, similar to the one they use with sisal.
Thank you.
And locally, most of the game reserves and, like I mentioned, hotels, a lot of demand.
Okay, thank you for that. Well done. Thanks.
Yeah.
Good, sir. I see yourself and the team are innovators.
Yeah.
You're always developing new ideas. And I see there's the production capacity. What I'm interested to know is, where's the commercial viability or your ability to sell? You mentioned the flour, for example. Who's going to buy the flour, banana flour?
Very interesting question. In terms of the flour, I did forget to mention, but we have a partner who purchases the flour and then we deliver it to primary schools for free, where they use it to make porridge primarily. So it's like a feeding program we have, but we have a sponsor for that who purchases the flour and then we deliver for free. But other than that, locally in Taveta, we are gaining a lot of demand. Maybe when you go to local shows and you make a few products from the flour, like chapati, cake, just to mention but a few, it sparks up the demand, especially in women who are looking for gluten-free products, people who are tired of having bread in the morning because it affects your stomach. They are very interested in that. And we have a steady market.
How much are you pricing that flour?
200 shillings a kilo. It might sound a little expensive, but volumetrically speaking, it has more volume compared to unga ya ngano or ya ugali for the same kilo. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for that lovely presentation. All right, good. So we are ready for the next innovator, but before that, Busia, the innovator from Busia, please go backstage. Thank you. So up next, we have Kitui, Digital Transformation. Welcome on stage.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mombe Mwangangi from Kitui County. So my slides are not here, so I can wait until they are projected. Hello, once more. My name is Mombe Mwangangi from Kitui County. I'm the CEO of Nyansapo AI. Nyansapo means wisdom not in the Twi language of Ghana. We believe that if children are given proper foundational literacy and numeracy skills, then these skills will carry them throughout their education. Our mission is well aligned with our name, Nyansapo, where we are centered on doubling math and reading outcomes through AI-powered assessments. Specifically, children get immediate reading feedback. Teachers get actionable learning data, and we provide support tools for high-impact interventions led by governments and non-profit organizations. Look at it this way: CBC, or competency-based curriculum, which has been introduced in Kenya, has the potential of solving the most pressing problems in our country. This is because it focuses on individual learner unique skills and competencies. However, to be able to understand which levels the learners are is that the classes need real-time assessments. But this is the problem. When you look at many Kenyan classrooms, is that the teachers do not have access to real-time assessment data. This creates a problem where the teacher cannot keep up with the learning progress in the classroom. And at the other end, children do not have the personalized feedback they need to really realize the benefits of CBC. Look at this way. Pendo is a grade 4 student in Kitui County in a school called Umoja Primary School. Her class has 60 learners. Pendo often struggles to read a simple story intended for grade 4. She often makes mistakes and most of the times does not understand the meaning of some sentences. Her English teacher, Miss Maua, will want to support Pendo, but she's also overwhelmed because she supports many other classes within Umoja Primary School. In many cases, when they finish a strand or a substrand, is that they are given assessments, but these do not offer real-time data because they are very manual, they are conducted manually. And also, Pendo's parents do not know how exactly she's performing in school. Our solution is the Hekima Learning app, which gives teachers like Miss Maua superhuman precision to be able to support students like Pendo. And Pendo gets the personalized support she needs in her classroom. Specifically, is that if Miss Maua was introducing a concept in the classroom, like reading a story, is that learners in her class are grouped from below expectations to above expectations. With this, Ms. Maua can be able to provide personalized support for learners like Pendo, and for the high-performing children is that they can be given more tasks to be able to support them in class. Additionally, when learners like Pendo are doing assessments, is that they are given hints and prompts. Like, for example, if she makes a mistake, it's able to tell her maybe she read the wrong tenses. And this also ensures that Miss Maua is not overburdened and can be able to support Pendo and her classmates in Umoja Primary School. Additionally, now, Pendo's parents, through the learner progress reports which are made on the Hekima Learning platform, is that they can understand which specific areas Pendo is struggling with and can provide support for her at home. In this way, all stakeholders, from Pendo's parents, her teachers, and Pendo herself, are actively involved in her reading journey. We exist in a 20 billion opportunity, and looking at our operating capacity at the moment and our ability to be able to reach 200,000 children, we are looking at a sum of 200 million and a term of 200 billion. Our target market is the government, education institutions, and also parents who will want to support their children to study at home. Our innovation is really tied into our revenue model, which is a hybrid model, which has a grant-funded innovation to be able to reach underserved communities in Kenya, and also revenue-generating partnerships through working with non-governmental organizations and the government, where we are looking at raising 2 billion in revenue by 2030. Our competitors are Kenyan startups who we work with on a day-to-day basis, that is Kalamu and Kitabu, but Nyansapo stands out through providing tools which are teacher-facing. We provide AI-powered assessments and personalized learning for children like Pendo. So far, we've been able to do over 200,000 assessments by more than 23,000 children and 800 teachers across 5 counties, and our pilot projects, through working with multiple partners, have shown proven gain with multiple use. And we also worked with partners, including Save the Children, USAID, Kenyatta University, and also being accelerated by Intel and Sub-Saharan Education Fund. We are requesting for 20 million Kenyan shillings to enhance the Kima learning tool to become more profitable and scalable. Specifically, we are requesting for 30% of the money will be used for platform expansion, and we'll use 25% on R&D. The team is led by me, Mumbe Mwangangi, CEO and co-founder, assisted by Edward Amoa, our CTO and lead AI engineer. So we have other engineers to even other technical expertise within our team. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mumbe, for your presentation. I just have a question on the AI-powered assessments. And just when you say AI-powered, what exactly do you mean?
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So I will have to present a specific example in a classroom. For example, if you want to introduce children to a concept like addition with carryover, is that there are many other concepts which the child needs to have understood before that is introduced. For example, they need to know place values, they need to know number order, they need to know what addition means and all these other operations required in mathematics. So if a child is given a test, is that the app allows the children to have, using computer vision, is that they have screens whereby the teacher can be able to see how exactly they calculated the answer, which reduces the effort of the teacher to go to the classroom to be able to check how they performed on each particular question. Additionally, when it comes to English, like the example I was giving around Pendo, we are using voice AI, whereby a child reads what is presented on the app, and then the app is able to tell them which mistakes they made when they were reading, and also gives them hints and prompts. With that, we ensure that, like when we were building our platform, it's very aligned to the Kenyan accent, and we've spent a lot of time getting to train our model to ensure that it's able to really understand our accents, but also well aligned to the CBC curriculum.
Okay, so you've built the model yourselves?
Yes, we've
built
the model ourselves.
Okay,
yes.
how did you do this? Are you technical people yourselves, or
yes,
it's your background?
All right, so for me, I am currently doing a PhD in sustainable development. However, my partner also is doing a PhD in AI. So what we've been doing is initially we collected voice data from different regions in the country and continuously trained our platform to be able to understand our Kenyan accents. And then we also work with different partners. For example, I mentioned that we've been accelerated by Intel, and they have provided us technical experts to continue building our platform to be well aligned with the work we are doing in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done. I think you've done a good job so far, and thank you for that presentation. The 20 million that you're asking for, is that debt, or are you looking for debt, or are you giving equity?
Yes, now because we are working for the government, we are looking at a grant because we are also learning more on how to be able to really work with investors. So we are looking at it from a debt perspective.
Okay. Right.
Thank you, Mumbe. My question is, why? I'm trying to understand your why. Like, how did you get into this?
Oh, that's
you as the founder. Why is this important to you?
Yeah, so I think there are two ways to look at it. Personally, I am guided by the African concept of Ubuntu through through my interaction with other people, including yourself. I'm able to learn my responsibility towards them and also my responsibilities towards myself. I come from Kitui County, and as you might know, is that in Kitui County, we have very low learning outcomes. My mother is a teacher at a local primary school in Kitui County. It's often very common to hear that that particular child cannot read. I also went to school there, so we could always crack up like that person cannot read a simple word like a hippo. I don't know why we used to struggle with the words like hippos. And you find like the more I was able to transition to go to university and also like be able to access platforms like these ones, is that most of the people I know from my childhood have not been able to really have the opportunities simply because they could not read when they were younger, and they were not given the enough resources and skills for them to really transition and get to learn and explore the different skills which can be learned in class. Additionally, when I finished my undergrad, I was working for a local nonprofit in Kisumu, whereby I was supporting a program called Teaching at the Right Level. And for there, we were doing like paper-based assessments, collecting the data from teachers, analyzing it and presenting it. And I found the process very tedious. Sometimes the data was not very accurate, and then we could not get finite data on how children are performing. So when I met my CTO in a platform whereby we were like talking about how best we can grow innovations in Africa, then I thought it would be very important to build this, be able to provide assessments to help learning in our Kenyan classrooms.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for the presentation. I like your branding. I like your mind. Good mind. You did mention that you have a couple of users on board. 23,000 children, 8,800 teachers.
Yeah.
How do you integrate parents into this? How do you integrate them, and how do you grow their participation in this agenda? I think that's my main question. Are parents involved? How do you involve them?
Thank you so much for that interesting question. As we all know from our Kenyan education curriculum, is that teachers play a very big role in influencing parents, even on which best textbooks to buy, which tuitions the children should be involved, and all of that. So we build our understanding towards exactly working with teachers to be able to recommend the application to parents. But looking at the way the market is that most of the work we have done so far has been centered around grant-funded innovation. So one thing we have done is that when we register the child to our platform, is that the parents can progressively get the learners' progress reports, and also they get hints via text or some schools' emails for them to know which particular strands or sub-strands or concepts introduced in class, and also understand how best they can be able to support their parents, to support their children. And part of the reason why we are requesting for the 20 million is that we want to invest 25% on that on R&D. We want to understand what is the difference between being able to support children maybe in a very underserved community where the parents only has like a very maybe small phone, and see how that can be done compared maybe to high income areas and urban areas where parents have access to more devices, tablets, they can access their email and on. Thank you.
Right, amazing. Thank you so much, Mube, for that. And even for the innovators, I think something that's really coming out is knowing your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Who do you intend to serve within your innovations? What region are you looking at? Because see, at the end of the day, the best innovations are the ones coming from the local people who have most likely experienced the problem that they are looking to address. They even have friends, they can be able to personify the customer, Mrs. Vaua, Pendo, and other names. So we're going to have the last innovator presenting, and then we're going to take a short tea break. Yeah, that's it. So next on stage, we have Busia addressing challenges in climate action and green energy.
Good morning. Before I start, let me share my products with the judges. Thank you. I just want you to look at it. Then you can also have this. It's not that, yeah, you can just hold. It's a demonstration. Okay. Okay. As I said, my name is Nimrona Masi, representing Asante Group from Busia County, whereby our innovation is about we provide the community with the sustainable cooking solution by providing them with clean cooking energy. Imagine in Kenya, over 20 million Kenya live below the poverty index, as a study done by the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, Kenya KEBS. And these people struggle to get their basic needs, especially when it comes to making their food, getting food on the table, getting shelters and everything. These people really struggle so much to get clean cooking energy like electricity and gas. These people usually use these sources of cooking done that I've highlighted on my PPT. They use firewood and charcoal. This has led to air pollution, especially from the smoke that is coming from the wood. They also get respiratory diseases from the smoke. It has also led to environmental degradation. That's why we as Asante, myself, I innovated an idea of providing people with clean cooking solutions. Our solutions are as follows. We have solar cooker box. This one that I have here. We have parabolic cooker, also uses solar. We have wireless cookers, the one that our judges are having. We also have improved jikos, whereby we make these improved jikos in people's kitchen. And we also have briquettes. I've also shared with our judges. They look like this. These are not charcoals. They're called briquettes. Diagrammatically, they're as shown. You can just have a look. Now, these solar cookers usually use solar to cook. And our wireless cookers, they act as traditional hot pot or microwave, whereby after cooking your food, you can put your food in the wireless cooker so that maybe in the evening you can use the food to eat. It makes the food warm for the next 12 hours. Our solar cookers also uses the solar to cook, and you don't need to cut down trees to make your food. Our 3-stone cookers are for the ones that still want to use the firewood, but it uses less firewood, maybe a quarter log. Then our briquettes, these ones are not charcoals. We make briquettes from the waste products of the wood, maybe the sawdust. After making the solar boxes, the sawdust that comes out from the timbers is done that we burn and we combine it with soil to make the briquettes. And these ones are very good for people who are using the jikos. It doesn't have smoke. You will not get respiratory diseases when you are using these. And you will not have to cut a tree to make these. Then below are the impact of our innovation. We have promoted local industrialization. We have created jobs, government revenue. We are also making some income from selling our products. Currently, we are selling our products to over 4,000 people. Even if you go to Kakuma, we are selling them to the refugee camps. The refugees are using our solar cookers to make food. We are also selling to people in our community in Busia and other counties. We are also doing environmental conservation, whereby we are encouraging people on the importance of environmental conservation by using our products, and we are also encouraging them to plant trees. Below are our partners. Last year, we got an award. Chandari awarded us for our good work. We are partnering also with the Global Peace Foundation, Busia County, Solar Cooking, Kozon, and Farmers with a Vision. This is how we generate our revenue, by selling our products. We also charge a small fee to people when we come and train you how to use our product, how to make these products, because we usually train self-help groups and churches and other community. They give us some fee, and we have also got some few donations to promote our work. These are our challenges. We face some challenges like we lack finances, transport. We are also getting competition from bigger organizations, and among others. Our journey started in 2019 when I identified the problem in our community. We later generated a solution for that. Later, we started doing market research and looking for our customers. In 2023, I registered the organization. Then later in 2024, we started doing more market penetration. We also won an award in 2024. Now in 2025, we are doing more innovation. Like right now, there is an innovation that we are doing. We are trying to incorporate solar panels on these and batteries so that they can now start cooking even at night. We are also doing AI. We are incorporating AI in our innovation. Like We are trying to do more research using AI and making apps for our customers to access our products. Then our future is also we are trying to do now the solar battery and solar panels. What will you do when we win the award? Our major innovation is making this to be more digitized by incorporating the solar panels. We are doing more innovations on that and more research, and we want this thing done that you are seeing it here. I would want to ask a judge after this to come and see how it looks like inside. You know, you are just seeing outside, but you can come and see how it looks inside. Then we want to incorporate solar panels and the batteries, and we are also trying to innovate on solar ovens so that in future we can have solar ovens and solar thermals. We are also asking for the money so that we can also have good transport and warehouse facility to transport our products from one county to another or one market to another, because we have seen so many people in Kenya still don't know how to use our traditional, our innovation, our clean energy cooking solutions. We are also seeking this money so that we can also expand our outreach and our market. And that's our team. I'm the founder of the group. We have Maureen, who is an accountant. We have Innocent, who is the head of technical team, and Elizabeth, who is head of marketing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mercy. Two quick questions for me.
Yes.
One is around your customers. So do you have customers who are actually using that solar?
Yes. If you go to Kakuma, there is a donor who came. There's someone who came in our organization. He's a donor who usually supports the refugee. He came to our organization and he was very impressed with our work. He bought around, was it 15 solar cookers? And he took them to Kakuma. Right now, if you go to Kakuma refugee camp, you will see them. They have written Asante group, and they are using our products to cook. Some are using it to warm water, to boil eggs, to cook sukuma wiki, and many more. Even it can cook tea.
Okay, actually that was going to be my second question.
Yeah.
From how are the customers using the product? Because my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that for solar, it takes a lot of energy to produce, to convert whatever the sun into real energy, kilojoules that actually make any sense.
Exactly.
So I'm just wondering, is it that that panel that you have there, for lack of a better word, has a special material?
Yeah.
Or, so what's the use case? What does it cook? And how much energy does it actually produce? And therefore, how long does it take to cook anything?
Okay, the one that we have right now, it's a traditional one. These ones are reflectors. It reflects lights, and the light that it reflects light, and the light is absorbed in the box, and that light is converted into heat energy, which is used to heat food and make it and cook the food.
So there's a contraption that's converting into heat energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the one that we are inventing right now, the one that we are doing the invention, the one that we are doing the research, which I think by the end of next year, mid next year it will be working, is the one that we are trying to see how we can incorporate the solar panels. You see, solar panel usually absorb a lot of light and it converts a lot of light into heat, which is more operational compared with the traditional one, the one that I'm having right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you might, I agree with you in terms of you need to do quite a bit of research and development, I believe.
Yeah.
Solar energy it's not a very easy thing to implement and to crack, and it does take a lot of solar panels just to create a reasonable amount of energy, and then the cost will be high, which will now be counter to what you're trying to do. But I look forward to seeing what you guys will innovate and create. Thank you.
Yeah. Have you looked at our briquettes?
Yes.
They're very nice. And usually sell them at 30 bob per packet, the one that I've shown you, this one. And people usually cook it, even in there is a time I sold them in Kibra. I sold over 200 packets in Kibra. They like it. And if you need them, you can come. I sell some for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll come.
Okay.
So how do you compare with other briquettes that are in the market? And it might be helpful to show that.
Okay, ours are durable. The ones that are in market, I don't know how do they make it, but there is one that I bought the other time to compare with ours. They really burn out very fast compared to ours. Ours, they can cook even githeri with one pack in a jiko. They can cook githeri. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Yes. For the briquettes,
Yes.
in what units do you sell them? Do you sell them in grams, like 50 grams, or what are the units? And then
Okay.
is there any unique packaging you have or you're putting together?
We
for
have
that?
we have a unique package like this one. Once we pack it, we sell it. We have not started measuring, but I think we'll start measuring very soon. But we have this special package, 30 bob per pack.
Okay.
For low household income.
Okay, just an idea. Maybe think about how you can brand it, so
Yeah.
you can create visibility for your brand as well, so that when people buy, they can see the Asante brand.
Thank you.
That way, people get to know you much more.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you for your presentation. I have two questions. One is, how much is the cost of your JICO in comparison to market rates?
Which
For
JICO?
the other,
The other one, the improved JICO or the solar.
Do you
And we
have
also
the-
have a 3-stone. Okay, that one though, that it has a sufuria there. You can see it.
Yes.
That one is also, we usually make it in a, like for example, if you have a kitchen and you want it, we come and we make it at your place. You will pay us 2,500. Then the improved JICO, the green one.
Yes.
We sell it at 2,000 shillings. That one, you just come and buy from us. Then we have this one, the solar cooker, 2,000 shillings.
Okay.
Then the fireless, the one that I've given you there, 1,500 shillings.
Who is buying your JICO at 2,000? I'm just curious.
Okay, the middle income households.
Middle income households.
Yes, because they are part
Okay.
of our customers. Let me just show you how our customers are distributed.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I think I got it.
Ah.
So the other thing that I wanted to just recommend you to have on your presentation
Mhm.
is to have your sales, because you said you already have sold quite a few.
Yes.
Didn't give us any figures, and also your production costs.
Okay.
How much does it cost even for your innovations to go to get it to a better the next version of this 2.0?
Yeah.
And because you're talking about sustainability, I'd be more interested to see a JICO that doesn't have wood. It's not made from wood.
This one is made from wood, yes.
All right, thank you. That's it from me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think allow me just to say I'm impressed by the mind and the desire to solve the problems.
Yeah.
And I think like Mia said, I think knowing which product you're selling and like what does the sales journey look like,
Yeah.
so that somebody can actually add value, knowing
Yeah.
that this is your bigger product, this is how the sales trend look like, this is a challenge, and so that they can actually put some support for you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, judges. Perhaps could request some help in taking this down. Fire.
Oh, sorry. Now this reflects light. Then this is where you put your. This one supports our sufuria. You put your sufuria here, then you close to prevent dust. Then this one will reflect light. Then your sufuria must be painted black. It must be black so that it can absorb the heat that is being reflected from here. It absorbs the heat. Then you cover it. You cover it with a black cover so that the heat can be maintained inside.
Keeps your food warm for how long?
It cooks.
Cooks it.
Yes, it cooks it.
That's your customer. Please talk to him.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, and even just for everyone
There is
else,
a fireless
the
cooker. Can I
customers
bring
here.
it?
So If you can make sales for any of your products, please feel free to approach anyone. It's also a networking engagement after all. So do ask questions, do interact
Have you
with your
seen it?
colleagues.
It
and all of
keeps
that.
food
And
warm.
with that, I'd like us to
Yeah,
take our
it's
tea break now, 20 minutes, and then we'll be back for part 2 of the session. Thanks, guys. I'm being reminded that the tea is being served at the pool area, so when you walk out, you turn to your left and then just follow the curve on that side.